Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. End of March, I got those 2 fertilizing contracts done that brought in roughly about 23 grand. We were sitting at 51,000, so now we're at 74,000, which is looking pretty good. Just checking on the store, this a slurry tanker is available, slurry digestate water tanker, and that is pretty much it for used vehicles currently. But we need to go to the month of April so we can go ahead and plant in our fields. So let's go ahead and go to bed. I think 8 a.m. should be good. Usually it is with the base game lighting, but I do believe there is modded lighting for this map. So, okay, definitely going to be sunny out. And not the greatest, but I mean, it is raining. What time is the rain going to stop? We'll have to kind of go on through here. What we got for contracts? Cultivating, fertilizing. Some sowing contracts. I mean... Now, if you're wondering, you cannot do a contract and borrow the items and then use them on your own field. Before someone says, why didn't you do a sowing contract and use it on your own field, you can't do that. There might be a mod out there that will allow us to do that, but yeah, we're not going to be able to do that here. Fertilizing contracts, I probably should accept a couple of them before they disappear. That one's worth 6,000, 16 and 17 right next to one another, so we'll take those. And that'll be good enough for now. Yeah, I was checking on the forecast here. The rain should stop at 9 o'clock, so we'll just fast forward time just a little bit here. So it should be gone in just a moment. So I was checking on, I want to use the horse avatar drill. I did test this before this whole series started to see if it would work. Or I think when I got the Landini, maybe that's why I tested it. That should be able to pull the avatar. I'm kind of questioning that. Oh, we got a small vent in there and a belt system. Our Landini is a 225 horse. And if we come in here and we go on down to the drill I want to use, it says it needs 300 horsepower. Now, I kind of did this on No Man's Land. We had a T6 New Holland. And that did just fine with a drill that needed like 50 more horsepower than it said it needed. So I'm going to take a chance. We're going to come in here. I'm not going to do any add-ons here. I think we're all fine the way it is. Seed and fertilizer. I want to make sure it does both. Actually, 10,000. And if I do that, that adds like a couple $100 extra. Sure. We're just leasing it, so 10,000 to lease it. He's taking the chance. Okay, the rain did stop, so let's slow down time here. Let's go grab our Landini. Drop that off. And I probably... Does it need repairing? I don't think so. I don't think it's that worse off in repair. So, I don't have to buy... Well, I may have to buy some seed. But I do got some seed lying around. And, of course, fertilizer I will have to buy. So, let's go down and get the avatar. On the way back, I got to stop at the old mobile home, which is been... torn out. It's gone. The mobile home is gone that we were staying in. So that tells you what kind of condition it was in. But we're going to go on down, grab the avatar. We got to swing back where the mobile home was. I got like 4 pallets of seed there. I got like 1 pallet of seed back at the farm. And then we'll top off with fertilizer. And we're going to plant some sorghum to start with in the bigger field. The smaller field, we're planting oats into it. And that is going to be our crop for the season. The oats we will probably just store and sell in the winter. The sorghum I may do the same, but I might keep it all. We'll get some chickens up and rolling when harvest time does come. I did double check on the mod hub, and yeah, flooding is a thing in the fields and on the riverbanks. Currently, I have not seen any of that happen yet. Either I just haven't been lucky enough to see it, or you can also look at it lucky that I haven't seen it, because now that I own fields, I don't want my fields to flood. I don't know if that's going to hurt the crop or not. I don't think it will. I think it'll just flood the fields. But it did rain, as we saw this morning, and I'm not seeing currently anything where we're seeing any kind of type of flooding. Probably should have my beacons on while I'm coming on down here. I didn't check the forecast for the rest of the month, but right now it's cloudy, and it's showing that the sun will be popping out later on. Beware of the train coming on through here, because I've seen it, like I said, many times. I've seen the train come on through before the barriers go down, so be careful of that. And there is the drill that we will be using. I'll actually wait for this car to go on through. Now, the area that we're going to be drilling is mostly flat, so yeah, we are short about 75 horsepower, but I'm assuming it's going to be okay. Assuming, he says. Alright, on off to the mobile home. We'll top this off, well, fill it up with seed. Let me get this over to sorghum. Oh, I was on it. Keep scrolling on through. There we go, sorghum. That way we're all set. Alright, let's go get some seed and fertilizer. Pretty sure the landowner of this property where the mobile home was will be glad that we're finally getting everything out of here. Actually, we're going to be almost pretty full of seed, so I may not have to buy any when I go back to the farm. Yeah, I think I'm going to have more than enough seed back at the farm. Probably, though, not enough to go ahead and get the fields all planted, but it's a good start. Fertilizer, I will have to buy. Don't know if you noticed, but when it was nighttime at the beginning of the episode, it's rather dark around here. We don't really work in the evening hours, of course, but in the future we're going to need some lights around here, I think. Now let me go grab as much seed. Like I said, we're going to definitely fill up the tank, I'm sure. Yep, 100% with some extra seed left over. And now with our beautiful little hut over here, we should be able to top off with fertilizer. I don't know exactly... Oh, there it goes. Now it's full. Now it's all set. Before I go ahead and start drilling our fields, let me go ahead and turn this off, and we'll grab the Voltra. How much fertilizer is in here? You know what? I think we'll just top it off with fertilizer. That way it's good to go. Let's spend some more money, shall we? Gotta spend money to make money. But as we know, the fertilizing contracts do pay rather well for what you're using. Top that off. So back down to $49,000. Where I don't know where the fields are yet. Still trying to learn the map. The fields are kind of sporadically around. There's 16 and 17, so they are right next to one another. Boy, Courseplay is going to have fun with that field. Let me go on down and see if Courseplay will want to even do it. Probably won't take it too long to get it done. Actually, I think I've fertilized those fields once already in the springtime. This will be their second application. We are running precision farming, so when we do our own fields, we'll just have to fertilize it once. But NPC fields, when you're running precision farming, you can get 2 contracts a year in those fields because NPC farmers still treat their fields as if it was not precision farming. They're not doing the soil sampling and all that fun stuff like we are, so... multiple contracts are definitely needed there, which is good for us because we need the cash. Now the fun part for me is to figure out actually how to get into this field, because sometimes it's not the way you think it would be. But I think we can just scoot right across here. I don't see a fence line at all. It looks like they are growing poplars here. Alright, so now we're in the field. Let's go ahead and create a job. I think 2 headlands and let... You know, we'll try to let Courseplay figure it out here. Create job. We're in the field that we need to be. Open on up here. 2 headlands. Create course. Could not generate course. Can you do 1 headland? Could not generate course. Alright, let me go on down to field number 17. You should be able to do that one. Kind of interesting that I couldn't generate a course with only 1 headland. I guess I could have asked it just to go up and down. I mean, really, it's not going to take me long to fertilize the fields, but if I can get a worker to go ahead and get the fields done while I am planting. That'd be great. Now, this should be field number 17. All right, let's try this again. And let's see, target position. Probably just do one headland again because it might be a little bit difficult. Can it figure out a course? It did. Okay, course is way over here. Let me turn on the fertilizer spreader. And should be nice and easy to hire a worker. Who do we got in there? It looks like Frank is one taking over. All right, let's go over back to our Landini. All right, sorghum is selected. Fertilizer we got as well. All right, let's go ahead and start planting some sorghum. Get our crop into the ground. Just got to go right across the street. Fingers crossed, because I did test this. Like I said, I did test to make sure that this tractor could pull this. And either I was dreaming it or I failed in the test. Well, one or the other, but it should be able to pull it. And I would say I hope this would come up for sale, but even with the current situation that I'm in, I don't have the money to be able to buy it even used, I don't think. Okay, lower it down, and moment of truth here. Okay, I mean, it is pulling it. But of course, the working speed is a lot faster than 4 miles an hour. But luckily, we only got 2 fields to do. And with this drill, it's not going to take me too long. So probably just have to go downhill. I don't think it's going to be able to pull this uphill. I may have tested a different tractor than the Landini. I don't remember. It's been a while now. But as we can see, yeah, it's struggling just a bit. Maybe if the tractor was fully repaired. I mean, it's not that bad. It's got to be like a, what, 90%? So we are losing a little bit of horsepower. Should have gone with a horse pronto, actually. But really, with this being my only job for the month of April, we only own 2 fields. They've been fertilized, they've been soil sampled. Now they're getting direct drilled and fertilized. Other than doing some contracts, I really don't have anything else to do. So I got all day to get it done. I was kind of hoping going downhill that I would pick up some speed. So it could be that we just don't have just the power in itself to do it. So going uphill, how does it do? Even going uphill, okay, I'm starting to lose a little bit of speed there. I say a little bit, 1 mile an hour is a lot when you're only going 4. Well, I spent 10 grand on it already, so there's no going back. Just gotta hope. Actually, let me put it at real time so I can get a better idea. I don't want to go over the hour, because that'll be another 10 grand. Let's see if we can pick up some speed going downhill. Yeah, we're up to 5. Well, I'll learn, just in case we end up getting more fields this year and we want to plant in the fall. Yeah, this setup here doesn't quite do it. So it looks like the seed rate is not too bad. It's not requiring a whole bunch of seed currently, so that'll help us on out. And being sorghum, it's not requiring that much fertilizer either. So we're kind of getting like a twofer bonus there, saving on seed and fertilizer. But the job will be on the slow side, so probably end up doing this in a time lapse at some point. I'm just waiting for Frank to get done fertilizing field number 17. I think it was 17 that he was in. And I may set this off on a worker while I'm going around and fertilizing field number 16. So yeah, the weeds are disappearing, but the weeds will grow back. Next month they will be here. So I'll have to take care of the weeds with a See and Spot sprayer. Someone did actually ask, though, putting lime down, shouldn't that take care of the weeds? Lime really is just to help with the acidity of the soil. I could see where maybe the lime may take care of some of the weeds, depending on if the weeds, if the soil becomes too acidic or neutral. Maybe the weeds can't grow in that type of soil with the acidity that it is, but you definitely need herbicide to take care of weeds. Let me get the map out and see how Frank is doing wherever he is. Well, he's still going around, it looks like. Maybe using more fertilizer than we need to over there. So the one thing I haven't checked yet, although we just pretty much just started drilling here. And now that I am going uphill, I don't want to stop, but we should get out and see what the expected yield will be. Because if you remember looking at the map, I think it said expected yield for the entire field was like 111%. So I expect it to be near 120 actually. Alright, so it's not doing that bad, actually. I mean, it looks like it doesn't, going slightly uphill. We're not losing that much on the power. So I think if I leased the horse Pronto, which is half the working width, I think the job would have taken the same amount of time because half the working width and we're doing like half the working speed. So we pretty much equaled out there, I think. But probably would have been just a little bit faster in the horse Pronto. Not by a whole lot, but enough. But at least with the Avatar, when you make a pass and you're doing 12 meters, it looks like you're getting a lot of it done at once. So it makes me feel better anyways. And that's the way I'm going to look at it. Just waiting for the notification that Frank is done with fertilizing that field. And I do want to get every little square inch that I can planted and fertilized here. So make sure we get the corners. And we're just going to set this off on a regular worker and we're going to go help out Frank fertilizing those fields because I think you might be using more fertilizer than we need to. And then I can come back and finish off this job here and then move on to planting oats in the other field. I don't know the field numbers here actually. This is field number where are we here? We're over here. Field number 40. and the other one's 32. Not that I'm going to remember it, but for today, hopefully I can. Alright, we'll get it somewhat lined up here. This will be good. And alright, we got ourselves a worker here. They should do just fine. Okay, so you completed your task. I did not see myself. You're 98% done. Where did we miss? Where did we miss fertilizer in this field? Or should I say, where did Frank miss the fertilizer in this field? Looks like he did okay down here. Let's scoot on over to here. Where did we miss fertilizer? Okay, there's a little bit of a corner piece down here. I hope this is enough. And no, that's not enough. Okay. I fertilized this field before on the contract and finished it. Alright, so it looks like it's on the corners where I need to touch up. Okay, so far not done yet. Still 98% done. I really don't see where he missed any spots right now. So let me go around here and see if I can find the last 2% that he may have missed. Maybe it was this corner over here. And actually what I'm going to do, because I'm wasting fertilizer, I'm just going to go on a narrow working width here. See if I can... I don't see anything being changed on the map in the bottom left hand corner. I'm not seeing where we missed any. Well, I'm not sure exactly what I did, but we got the contract completed. I didn't see exactly where I covered it, but field 48, $16,000 to fertilize that one. Let's grab that one before that one disappears. But now I just need to scoot across, but the river is going through here. I can probably cross here. I don't think this is that deep, right? Oh, okay, a little bit deeper than I thought. And a little bit stuck here. Alright, we are good. I can turn that HUD off there. And let's go ahead and fertilize these poplars here. Which really, this shouldn't work out too well because the crop is so high, it's just going to knock the fertilizer down to the ground right away. But this is a simulator after all. Now, these fertilizing contracts do help us out here in the farm quite a bit. I mean, I would rank contracts for myself the way I like doing them for your time and money. Fertilizing is my number one to go to. Then plowing. But then, of course, it all depends on if you're using different type of mods and such. Like our modded plow helps us get the job done really quick. Then I guess drilling a field or cultivating a field are pretty much the same. Harvesting, it does take a while. The money can be somewhat good if you get a decent amount of crop after the harvest. If you get the extra goodies, it can be pretty good. Weeding, I don't think I've really ever done weeding contracts too much. But as we saw some harvesting contracts, we did that sugarcane harvest last time. You guys saw a little bit of it. I did the rest off camera, and it just took forever. But some contracts, like I said, if you're using mods, like if I was using the Mark II or root crop harvester to do the sugarcane, which I could, that contract there I would have had done in no time flat, and it would have paid off rather well. I mean, I probably could have got that job done in like maybe 20 minutes with that modded harvester rather than 3 hours. So yeah, the payout would have been so much better. And let me just make sure our worker in field number 40 is doing well. Looks like they are. As long as they're still moving, it's all that matters. So I am hoping that the other fertilizing contract I just took, that course play will be able to figure that one out. If it wasn't for actually the precision farming showing me on the mini map on the bottom left hand corner where I have been or haven't been, this job would be rather difficult because you're not going to get a sky view of the soil type. You're not going to be able to see where you've been fertilizing. Alright, that job is done. I said turn off please. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and collect on that one there for 4,000. And let's see, field 48. Is that going to be in the upper right hand corner? I mean, it's a big field. There's 47. That's the one I did at the end of last month. There's 49. Where's 48? Oh, 48 is right next to our field. Alrighty. Well, at least I know where I got to go. And I don't need any more fertilizer currently. So let's get over there and we'll get ourselves... I'm going to guess it's going to be Frank Jr. this time. Haven't seen Frank Jr. in a while. So maybe he'll be fertilizing the field. And we'll jump back into the Landini and keep on drilling the sorghum in field number 40. I think it's field number 40. 40 and 32, I think, right? I hope so. Farmyard access to the left. Our sorghum field to the right. Actually, they got quite a bit done while I was out there fertilizing. And just to confirm here, yep, the field we're coming up on, that's the one we want to fertilize. Now this is the field actually, if you remember, I've been talking about a couple times on buying a lot of land. Not a lot of land, a plot of land, I should say. This is kind of weird that there's actually two different fields here. But when you're here, it's all one field. So I don't know how that would go over with an NPC working. But I'm not going to worry about that because I can't afford this field. But if I ever do buy this field, I'm going to have to buy both plots, I think. Let's go ahead and get you working off in that direction there. One headland should be enough. Generate a course. You shouldn't have a problem with this field here, I would think. Alright, I guess Frank Jr. would be taking over. And looks like Frank is the one that's going to want to do all the work today. I'm going to wait for this worker to get to the top of the hill, because if I dismiss the worker, which looks like it was Francine, I'll lose all the speed that we have. All 4 miles an hour of it. Alright, dismiss the worker. Alright, it's another thing I should check because I'm going to forget here. Expected yield. That says 98%, so that soil is not the greatest, although we're supposed to have pretty good soil everywhere else, right? 98%, we're in loamy sand. Okay, so where is all the good soil that's supposed to be here? Oh, there we go. There's some loam. 122% out of 125. As for rolling and mulching, that's something that really it's hard for me to get into. The amount of money you got to spend for the rollers and the payback you get for it, at least on hard economy, doesn't seem to pay off for itself. But it's equipment that I can't afford right now, even leasing, I don't think. So I'm not going to get my money back on the rollers and all that. So we'll just continue on doing what we're doing here. So let's see, I got like 60% fertilizer left. Seed, yeah, we're not going to the seed at all. Well, I shouldn't say not at all. We've gone to 13% of it. I think I'll get this whole field done with the amount of fertilizer I got left. The seed, of course, we will get both jobs done. But I probably should go back to the farm and get a little bit more fertilizer once I get this field done, or if I run out. Well, let's go ahead and finish off this field here. Then we're going to switch this over to oats and get down to field number 30. And that should be a little bit quicker job because it's a lot smaller. And throw some oats into the ground. And in the meantime, Frank will be over there fertilizing the field next to us. He should be done way before I am. And maybe there'll be, I mean, there are a couple more fertilizing jobs that we can send him off to do. Because every penny counts this early on. Because now, we do have a $300,000 loan that we got to repay at some point.
What you gonna do? So take it 기도해. 난 지켜내려 해. 쉽잖아도 진실한 나만의 beliefs. You know what they say, don't brag about what you have. Be careful and be humble, otherwise you should be ready to stumble. You know what they say, 자신감이 없니? 왜 당당하게 살지를 못해? Keep walking your way, don't look back. 너만의 길이야. Even when you fall, don't look back. 사실은 말이야. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. 'Cause it's only yours. Only yours, yeah. 쏟아지는 말 이미 어지러운 이 세상 속에서 어둠 속의 light 붙잡아 진실한 나만의 beliefs. 차가운보다 그득하니 앉아 내 마음속에 새겨둔 작은 위로를 더 꺼내야 하나. 우울함의 파도를 가라앉혀. But when you feel like giving up, remember, keep walking your way, don't look back. 너만의 길이야.
Well, I thought Frank would have been done with that field over there by now, but just saw he's like 88% done. And I should be done with this field by now, but I left myself another row of shame. I've had about 3 of them on this job, because when I hired a worker, I kind of started them off in the middle of the field, and that kind of left a mess for me to clean up. Overall, it's not going to affect me at all, I don't think. I still think we'll get both fields drilled under an hour. So I shouldn't have an extra hour on leasing fees. Fingers crossed. But one more pass here, and we'll have ourselves a field of sorghum. But making money on these 2 fields this year is going to be slim to none. Because the sorghum, like I said, we're probably going to keep that to feed the chickens. So we're just harvesting this field for feed. The oats we will, of course, sell. I don't really have any use for oats. We're not going to have horses here. And straw bales as well, but probably not many straw bales. And I probably will keep those as well for bedding for the pigs so I can get manure. So the only thing we're going to be selling pretty much off these fields this year are the oats, and I'm not going to get that much back from them. But in the long run, slowly but surely, we'll you know, these fields will help us make money. Just just in offset ways by feeding chickens to get eggs, so on and so forth. I saw Frank is now done fertilizing field number 48. So the contracts will still keep going on, but mostly kind of like what we've been doing here today. We'll be working in our fields and get the Franks to go ahead and do some of the contract work, which is mostly going to be fertilizing and plowing for contracts. Maybe some cultivating jobs here and there. Harvesting contracts, I'll see if I want to do those this year or not. It's a little bit different than East Vineland when we did them, because I had a mod turned on where I was getting straw from the contracts as well. I don't want to do that here. So, I mean, getting those contracts in East Vineland paid off rather well, because we were getting paid for the contract, we were getting the extra crop, and of course we were getting a good amount of money from the straw bales. But I would have to have my own tractor and baler to do those kind of contracts. And currently, we don't have that. All right, I want to see if I can get the other field done without filling up with fertilizer. But we're going to do the other field at the beginning of next episode. I want to do a whole bunch of drilling in one episode. And this episode is starting to get at a decent length, I think. Let's see, I want to go over to oats. There we go, get it all set. Alright, let's turn that off there. Frank is still fertilizing, even though he doesn't have to, because this job is done. Let's go on down here and collect on that. A beautiful 16,300. Let's go ahead and collect on that. And, of course, I'm just going to go ahead and accept contract on... Okay, that one disappeared. How about that one? All right, field number 36. That one stayed. 36. There's 37. 36, so not too far. Kind of behind us here. And I'll get that contract done in between episodes. So we're back up to $76,000. Which is not bad at all. But like, we just got to remember, I do have a $300,000 loan. Let me bring up the mini map here so I can see better. But we got crop in one field and soon to be another field. And I don't think I'm going to have to buy any more seed for sure. Fertilizer is going to be kind of questionable. Now we can make some money by buying a chainsaw and a trailer and get those logs over to a mill. Oh yeah, and I've kind of forgot to check to see, which I'm pretty sure there is. But let me get this tractor right here so it's all set to go for me next time. Let me see here. Where do we sell wood? Wood chips. Sometimes wood is one of those items that don't really ever show up on the sale page. I'm just wondering if Lancy Boy had it in here. And no, it's kind of like electricity. For some reason, they don't show you the price of electricity and or wood for some reason. But where do the wood chips go? We buy anything? Falls Logging Service. Let me go ahead and tag that place so I can kind of see where it is. Okay, so it's kind of down. Kind of down in here. All right, so that's where the wood chips would go. Apparently. If I turn on the interactive zone markers, that will really help me on out. Where I could bring the logs to. Let me just bring this up here. Sell wood. Okay, so that's where we sell the wood. So I guess we just drop it off somewhere in here. I mean, there's a trigger for it, so we know we can sell the wood, and it's right on down here. So basically, it's right on down the road. Yeah, not that far from us, so we should be able to transport some logs that way. So, I mean, we can make some decent money. So I think maybe once we get our fields planted, and maybe in the month of May, after we get some weeding done, we'll have to start selling all the wood off that property, get some income coming back in here, and keep our eyes open for what else we can do with it in the future. As for the sales page here, nothing that we really need. Of course, a see and spot weed sprayer would be good, but there's only a select few of those that we got on the, I activated for mods. So, well, yeah, we'll be leasing that in the month of May. But we still got the oats to plant. We'll be doing that at the beginning of next episode. And yes, I got this one contract here for 5,400. I'll get that done pretty darn quick. So we should have $80,000 at the beginning of next episode. And we'll get the oats planted. And then probably move on to the month of May. Weed spray. And start cutting down some trees, I think. Get some money back in. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.